Hey guys, welcome to your first tutorial in Java game development. I'm going to start off with the basics. The first tutorial is going to be setting up the JDK, actual Java, and an IDE in which you can work in, which I'm using Eclipse, which, to be honest, in my opinion is the best overall for actual usage, and also it's hassle-free. I tried NetBeans at one point and I couldn't get rid of the thing. Really annoying. So, first things first, obviously you're going to need to install these, and you're going to need them. The links are in the description, go get them now. And pause this video while you're at it, because you don't want this video to be playing along, and then you're going to have to go back to the beginning once you've actually downloaded them, because, to be honest, Eclipse takes a little while unless you've got a really good connection. So, assuming you've downloaded them now, I'm going to carry on. First, you're going to have to install these. If you've got 64-bit Windows, you're going to have to install both of them. If you've got 32-bit Windows, just the 32-bit Java. You don't need to download all of them, just telling you now. You only need to download the ones applicable to you. So if you got 64-bit, you're going to need them, this. You're going to need both Javas, the 64-bit Java development kit and the 64-bit Eclipse. And if you got 32-bit, you're just going to need them three. I know it's much simpler if you've got 32-bit. But anyway, so gonna get on. First you've got to install the Java 32-bit. Double click. Yep. Install. And this shouldn't take long. If it does, I'll cut it out. Nice kind of Coke. I suggest you stock up on drinks if you're going to get into Java game programming, because once you get good, you spend quite a while just coding. You're going to need a drink. So that's installed, I'm guessing. I wasn't really paying attention, I was just drinking. No. Right, now you're going to have to install the 64-bit Java if you've got Windows 64. Yes. Install. And just wait for this to do. This shouldn't take long either. I'm also considering starting Photoshop tutorials, including how to get Photoshop CS6 extended for free. And also I was thinking of doing Android programming tutorials, just to let you know. Might do C# as well. And there you go, you've successfully installed both Javas if you got 64-bit, if not, just that one. Now, if you got 32-bit, use this one. If not, use this one. If you got 64-bit, this one. I do, so I'm going to use this one. And pretty much the setup process is pretty much the same. So click yes, next. Now you're going to want to copy this, and you can't copy it here, so click change. And this here, don't change it, just right click. If you can't right click, just Control C. Okay, next. That shouldn't take too long. In fact, it shouldn't take long at all. It's the instructing the installer bit that takes a while, and then it goes to another screen. Or is it just this? We'll find out if the screen bar reaches the edge. 3, 2, 1. Done. Close, and Bob's your uncle. It might not be, but you know. Anyway, we've done that. You're going to want to, go away registration. You're going to want to make sure that your computer knows you have it, which, yes, I know it should do it itself, but Windows is poo like that. Anyway, so what you want to do is go to System in your control panel. If you got Windows 7, what you want to do is go into the Start menu down here and right click on Computer and go to Properties. For Windows 8, like me, you've got to Start. Start. And start typing Control Panel, and the search menu will automatically come up. Click OK. Go to System and Security. System. Now what you're going to do is go to Advanced System Settings, Environment Variables. So this path here. Yes, edit it. And at the end of here you put a semicolon, and then we're going to open Windows Explorer. That link we copied, we're going to copy it Oh, I just copied that address. How smart of me. Now we're going to have to navigate to it manually. So go to C drive, and if you install the 32-bit one, you will just have to go in here. Well, you'll have to go in here anyway, put it that way. Go into program files, no matter when you're on 64 or 32. Go into Java, JDK 1.7, bin, and copy this address up here. Right click, copy. Close that. And at the end of here, after the semicolon, Control V. And it's pasted in. Now click OK, 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 and close. Now what you want to do is open CMD. So let's take Windows CMD and click Enter. That'll work on Windows 7 as well. And what we're going to do is type Javac. And if this massive long list comes up, it's working. If it doesn't, try reinstalling the Java development kit and doing what I did together with the path. And now, what you want to do is install Eclipse. If you got Eclipse for Windows 32, you're going to want that one. If you've got 64, you want to want this one. And all you got to do is open it with a program like WinRAR and drag this folder to the desktop or wherever you want it. It shouldn't take that long. If it does take a while, I'll cut it out of the video. Love a nice cold drink. So as I said, guys, I'm going to be doing Java tutorials, game tutorials, Android tutorials, C# tutorials, and what was that last one? Oh yeah, Photoshop and how to get Photoshop free. I'm going to do quite a few free tutorials. People like them. Also, if you have any suggestions for tutorials, just comment below and I'll do them. Trust me, I will. I have a lot of spare time. Right, and once that's done, just close that. And that's literally all you have to do. It's there. Now what I've done is I've created a folder for my Java. Well, for this series anyway. I've created a folder. Now what you want to do is drag Eclipse into there. You don't need them anymore. You don't need them. You've installed Java, the development kit, Eclipse, and you've got this folder here. So just put them behind. And you got this with this here, so Eclipse, and literally just start this up here. So starting up Eclipse looks like this. If it looks like this, you're doing well. And when this starts up, what you're going to want to do is create a workspace to store all this stuff. I'm going to create that workspace in the folder I just created, the Java programming tutorials. So I'm going to browse to the desktop, Java programming tutorials, and then I'm going to create a new folder in there. I'm going to call it Java Workspace, and click OK. You can use it as default and don't ask again, but what I do is, because I've got it on a USB stick, that's the beauty of Eclipse, you can put it anywhere. I've got it on a USB stick, so I don't do that in case the drive name changes, but you know, so OK. And you don't really need that folder anymore. Well, you need it for actual using Java later on, but you don't need it for the rest of this tutorial. And this is what it'll show you. Now what you want to do to get on is to go to Workbench up here in the top right. This is the layout you'll be working with. Now in the next tutorial I'm going to show you an application called Hello World, which is pretty much the first application any programmer that's learns to write, because it's the simplest one possible. It's going to be, in this series, we're not going to go into the visual aspects, it's just going to be working in the sort of command window with variables, loops, all that stuff to do with that, but we're not going to make it visual. Now, that's it for this tutorial, guys, and I will see you in the next one, which will be the Hello World